Hello, it's the 4th of August 2018 at 1 p.m. Okay, you'll notice I've got an under construction tape going across the top here. I've had a request for doing some kind of bridge. I used to have relationship entry zone there, and I put that up there for no other reason than that's that sort of, that little. I think what I was trying to say is, yeah, that's that's you know uh, the relationship entry zone is where you start off and it's all roses, and everybody talks, each party talks about how wonderful they are and how wonderful everything's going to be, um, and from there it either goes up to there, which is rare. Typically it goes down here. um, yeah, so that was what I was driving at there, and I guess I had in the back of my mind that this whole thing started with me trying to show AB how to talk, or trying to figure out actually why she couldn't talk, why she was speechless. And I researched it. I went on YouTube and I had a look, and there were no end of videos about the relationship entry zone, how to strike up the chat and that sort of thing. And I guess what I was trying to say was from there, um, you either go down here or you go up there. And the idea is to keep it going on an ongoing basis. You need to get to there. So I probably actually need to redo my entire diagram, don't I? But that, because what you've taken is that, it's a zone. How do you move from? I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to get a bit of feedback here. But what you're talking about is moving from. How do you move from here to up there? And the truth is, I don't know. But the first thing that came to mind was, when I read that comment, and it was suggested that, you summarise things and what have you, and do it that way. I thought, yeah, well, that's sort of true. And I thought, yeah, and inquire and discuss and find out what it is. You're sort of after what you think it should be. Um, and then a strange thought came to mind, and this is how I think of it in a way. I look at it like I own the person that I'm talking to. Uh, I know that sounds strange, and I can't explain it in terms of the diagram, but think of it like this: inside my mind and inside yours, you've got a whole database of relationship files, if you know what I mean. So you've got a file there that, it's got all your memories and everything. I guess somewhere stuck down there somewhere. Yeah, all your memories and the thoughts regarding the person with whom you've had a relationship. Um, and you open that file whenever you talk. It could be a corrupted file in the case of a relationship that's gone bad, or it just could be a normal file. So that's what I say. I own that. I tend to find, what I do is I find out as much as possible about the person I'm talking to, and so I just keep adding it to my file. So I get to know them quite well. That's something, and this is where I was having the big problem with AB, and I still am. Why don't you? Why don't you simply own people? And develop a file on it. I know people. It's good on this channel because a lot of you guys know, and you find out more about me. It doesn't happen in Pal Talk, for example. Um, it's it's I think is important to human relationships that you know one another. I don't get it. Nobody does it. I've noticed Hot Girl, for example. She's been on the channel now for 3 or 4 weeks, maybe. I don't know. So far, why isn't she getting to know guys? What's the point of saying hi? It gets back to this idea. I think that I don't know, that women tend to look at themselves as a, an well, look, a looks thing. Here's my face, here's my body. What more do you want? And we're actually saying, well, yeah, well, why don't you, what about getting to know us? What about, showing an interest in us? Yeah, that's you and your wants and your needs and everything. But what about us? Why is it, that we have to, why is it that we have to, kowtow to you? Uh, and believe me, we're not asking you to kowtow to us. That seems to be this overwhelming thought that we're the problem here. I don't know what to say, but that's the breach. And the other thing I thought was, when the suggestion was made, was, how would you get women to do it? And that's when the whole bridge idea just sort of suddenly became really problematic in my mind. I just thought, okay, so fair enough. If indeed what you're saying is, how do we get from there up to here? Then I took it a step further and thought, how would I get women to go from here to there? Which is basically exactly where the diagram started. How do I get them to go from here up to there? AB, in particular. How do I get it to talk and show an interest and do whatever? And I really, after 50 something videos on it, I still have no idea how I could do that with a woman. How can in fact, I'll tell you a little story about what happened last night on the channel. With all of this in mind, I went in and I get the feeling that the room owner pays girls to entertain the guys a little bit, to be a bit naughty and that sort of thing. But anyway, I was talking to one of them last night, and she's an attractive woman. I've known her for years, and we were chatting in whisper, and I was starting to say things about, well, I won't say too much, but it was getting a bit turned on, and then we went to the main room, and this is where it becomes really, really dicey, really dangerous, because no doubt you've got some sort of admin there that takes a dim view on the sort of talk that I'm going on with. I mean, it's only for entertainment. Okay, but I had a backdrop up of an attractive young Asian woman cooking at a stovetop, but she was only in her undies, had a lovely ass. Okay, but I just put it up. I just thought, just something to do, and all the guys were talking about it, and I was and I said, she's cooking my dinner, and I said, she's very still, not moving. It's a photograph, right? Picture. I said, no, I don't like her to move. I like her to be very steady. And they started talking about it. I said, look, she can go out and play with you guys right after she finishes cooking my meal, okay? And they were all laughing and joking, and then somehow we got Kath involved in the conversation, and it was pretty harmless. It was in an entertaining sort of, sort of like this free, easy, like, yeah. And I spun the idea that, look, she just comes over, cooks my meal, and fixes me up. But I don't mind. She can play with you guys. I don't care. I said, gee, wasn't that big? This sort of ideal life. So of course, Kath got dragged into that, and we started, talking about how we might like to see Kath as well. Oh my God, it was just driving everybody nuts. Five guys. Yep. Went bang, 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 bang in a space of a minute. Yeah, and it was just, the room was just full of, cop cams everywhere. And we were just talking about it. And we were just sort of doing all these sort of things up here, just inquiring, discussing. Yeah, honestly about that sort of thing. I thought, oh God, I'm going to get booted here in a minute. Someone's going to say, look, this is a hassling conversation to a woman and that sort of thing. But the whole point was, I thought, well, Kath can't do it. She doesn't know how to talk. She doesn't she's limited. I mean, I guess I'm a guy and I sort of know what guys like, but I just sort of just being open and honest and that sort of thing. And it struck me as unusual because I thought, yeah, she's got the looks and the sexuality, and I've got the conversation bit. So it's a combination. Yeah, we were a bit of a team, and it worked, and blew the room to pieces, literally. Yeah. So I don't know. It's how did we bridge? How do we get? I don't know. That's the truth. I just all I can think is no. I just go up here. I don't go down here. Um, I guess also something that helps me is I don't watch mainstream media because that I believe keeps you down there. It's just propaganda. I watch alternative media, and some of it's crazy, some of it's okay, left or right doesn't matter. Yeah, but they tend to look at oh, we don't like Trump, but or we don't like this, but it's parts of it are good. It's more balanced. It's not everything is perfect about our candidate or our party or anything. No. It's more honest, I think. And I think maybe is the bridge honesty. Uh, is that is that what should be there? Um, Being honest about just talking about things that relate to us specifically, more so than necessarily what we think happens to somebody else at some other place at some other time. 14 stages removed from our lives here and now, our problems here and now. Um, yeah, it could be the bridge could actually be honesty or truthfulness. I don't know how to put that, but yeah, just talking about issues that, whereas down here is, you can criticise others, but why not you never criticise yourself? You peddle guilt on shame or others, but what about yourself? Do you boss yourself around or just others? Why not belittle yourself if nobody? Can you see what I'm saying? It's not an honest world down there. It's a dishonest world. Up here, I think is probably honesty. I'd even say it on the channel. I would prefer to know more about the guys who comment about your lives, your problem. I know some of the problems that are going on. I don't share them on the channel, but yeah, it's good to know. I think some of them are just. I really feel that they're very. They're external problems. But particularly for internal problems, with that's a good thing to talk about. Like, for example, one of my problems is how do I keep motivated? I'm getting older. It's like, why bother? I don't have any family anymore. I mean, I could see out my years and just die. Why do I bother striving? Why do I keep trying? What's the point? There's really, when you think about it, there's no motivation for me to do so. But I just do, and I just keep going. And what I've discovered is one way to keep going and to keep motivated is to think about the value in things. Is this offering me value or is it not offering me value? If it's not offering me value, maybe don't do it, or don't watch it, or don't listen to it, or whatever the case is. Yeah, so that's helping me solve my problem. I guess my problems are easy to describe. Yeah, I've been left without money or without a source of income. So, yeah, I want to try and replace that. Yeah, I could probably go and get a job, but I end up here. I don't want to be there. Yeah, so besides I'm entrepreneurial, I'm just, that's just me. But, there are a lot of problems in being entrepreneurial, as a lot of people are going to find out in the future. One of them is motivation, keeping yourself motivated. Yeah, so that was one way to do it, to assess the value of each activity. It's like, yeah, this activity I'm thinking about doing, what value does it offer me? None? Then don't do it. Yeah. So I don't know. How do is there a bridge there? I mean, maybe I did the diagram wrong. I didn't think it was going to last more than a couple. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's a relationship zone where everybody's, and that's where all the sex happens. Okay, you meet, you have the sex, and that's all. Everything's great, and then it either goes down or it goes up. Um, and what I was suggesting is the idea is to how to get it up there. Okay, so the bridge, if you like, is probably not so much a bridge, but if you go all the way back to the beginning of this, is how do you take off? How do you get the plane in the air? Might be a better way of putting it. And what my first suggestion is, you've got to cut the shackle that's holding it down. You have to cut it. Just chop the thing that's holding it on the ground, and then it'll gather speed and take off. Then you've got a whole new problem. Like I said, in the room last night, I was flying, right up here, and it's dangerous because it's you you've got to be really careful what you do when because you're going to get a lot of people shooting at you. Yeah. But that's basically it, I suppose. The bridge is cut the shackle with that, and then it's not a bridge; it's a runway. Maybe, I don't know, but let me know what you think. I'm interested because I'd like this to be something that we can all put together. It's our operating system, that works, uh, and the ideas at work. Okay, well, it's good talking to you, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.